Do you know what it says on the wall right there? That's Japanese writing, and it's 100 years old, and it's a samurai thing, and it says, "Be the first to cut into the enemy's side in battle. Be a pioneer." Or so they tell me. when I paid for it.
Pot of wine, the 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 pot of f***ing wine.
Right, welcome to the Pod of Wine.
Yes. Inwai Zendo.
I'm Kryz Reed, and with me is Cotton Eye Joe.
I'm trying to be like,
Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Bruce Springsteen, born in the USA.
That's the vibe.
It's very comfortable.
It looks very comfortable. All right, so we should start by talking about the gig that we just did. The gig we did this year, Ventura,
Yeah.
which you pronounce as Ventura.
Ventura.
Ventura. I mean, Ventura. How else?
Ventura. Ventura.
Ventura.
Yeah.
Like tuna.
Yes. We've
Yes.
done one gig, and now we're talking about doing, other ones. But I mean, there aren't going to be any people at those ones.
Huh?
I'm talking about playing like empty Red Rocks, for example. Red Rocks is better with people in it. I'd be happy to just get out of the house, mate.
Yeah, right.
How did you feel when you walked on stage?
Cold.
Cold?
It was freezing.
Yeah, it
that
was.
fucking
Yeah,
thing.
it was cold.
Yeah, I thought when I got back home, I thought I was like, oh fuck, I got something.
What?
It's like I felt like I was not well,
Oh,
but I was like, oh no, we were just out screaming our heads off in the fucking freezing cold. So the next day I was fine.
I had real anticipation walking on stage about what's this one going to be like. I was actually a little bit nervous. I was a little bit nervous because we hadn't played in a while.
Mm-hmm.
A while. It's the longest we haven't played since
Yeah.
we've been a band. I didn't know what the vibe would be like with a bunch of people in their cars.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of down there in that pit. That was the only time I felt like I wasn't socially distanced with people, even though they were wearing masks. The whole thing just had me like, ugh,
Yeah.
will people like my white pants? I mean, so many things. Trousers, yeah, like it's summertime look.
Yeah.
And then it turned out like as soon as I got on stage, it was like, I was like, I liked the space, and I liked being in the round.
Yeah, that was
It
awesome.
would be fun to do.
Yeah. And we all had our wireless stuff except Colin. Colin was stuck on his keyboards. And nobody really beeped their horns, right? We thought everyone was going to be going, honk, honk.
Yeah.
But it's because most people actually got
Please
outside.
don't make that sound.
Most people got outside of their cars, and so they were all kind of clapping and stuff, weren't they?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they were so far away. The real takeaway that I have about doing it is, I think it was a noble, courageous effort on the part of the promoters to put that thing on. I think people really enjoyed it. And I want to get on the other side of this. And there's nothing that this criminal, corrupt, inept, indecent regime is doing for things to get better.
This shit started in February, right?
No,
March?
it started in January.
Well, it started in December. It's called COVID-19, not COVID-20.
Ah.
USA. That's the one thing I know. Other than that, I don't watch the news.
You don't watch the news?
No, it's just, I can't make any sense of it.
I watch the fuck out of the news.
You Americans, I
It
can't
does
make any
nothing.
sense.
It does nothing for me. I would totally do another one of those concerts, and I think we might do
Yeah.
2 more. And it's certainly better than not doing it,
Mhm.
but it's not the same as actually seeing a sea of people pressed up against each other, their
Sweat-
bodily fluids,
sweating all over each other.
lubricating the whole thing, and it's just a goddamn orgiastic bliss ball.
There were like 700 cars. And
Yes,
the
with
cars
4
were
people
all
minimum.
4 people, yeah. So that's
Yeah. So
you know,
3,000 people.
that's like 2,800 actually, but
Yeah, but I figured there'd be a couple
a few
stragglers.
yeah.
Yeah.
A few 5s and 6s. What do you call it? Yeah, some people came from New York City and stuff.
New York City.
Yeah. Now that's crazy
Oh.
to me because that
To go to
means
a
they-
show?
Well, no, not to go to a show, but they flew all the way across.
Yeah. People from Chicago.
Mm.
Shout out to our friends from Chicago.
Some people even came from Ventura.
I heard Montana, Idaho, Northern California, We came from Northern California, didn't we?
Yeah,
We had
yeah,
a
yeah.
fine, proper road trip.
We did.
I know.
Had a
And then
fine road
if we
trip.
do this again, if we go and play
Filmed the shit out of that thing.
Arizona, something like that, then we're going to drive there too because
Oh yeah.
I don't really want to get on an airplane.
Yeah, I don't want to go to an airport. That's the thing.
The problem is just I don't want to breathe it in while I'm on the plane. You know? I'm also kind of like, I could be sort of pugilistic. If I got on a plane and somebody wasn't wearing a mask,
Mm-hmm. You get in a fight.
someone would get a slap. Right? I mean, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, but nobody's going to be not wearing a mask on a fucking plane now, right? I mean, isn't it enforced?
Some people are just, this is the only country in the world where wearing a mask is a political issue. Only one.
So weird.
I know. Which goes to the topic of today's podcast, which is if you're moving out of San Francisco, if you're moving out of Los Angeles, good riddance and goodbye. I'm kind of right there with Jerry Seinfeld, except he was kind of picking on that guy. Did you read that
No.
op-ed piece?
No.
As Jerry Seinfeld took issue with some guy saying that New York City's over and it's never going to come back and it's never been worse. And he could have said it's on life support. It was kind of poorly worded headline, but at least it got people to pick up on it. You know, Trump's mishandling of the pandemic in the United States has made it so that all these cities are going bankrupt by January. If he still can't dine inside, 95% of the restaurants in New York City will be out of business permanently. So everybody's in the restaurant business. All the, waiters and chefs and all the Uber drivers who are driving people to restaurants, blah, 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 all the way down. That whole ecosystem is obliterated for the long term. And therefore the city will disappear and cease to exist. The same thing's going on in our beloved hometown, San Francisco, where Zoom is now so great and everyone just loves being on Zoom. Yeah, it's terrible.
That podcast that we did on Zoom, it was such a pain in the arse to edit.
Yeah, Zoom sucks. And that means that everybody is moving out of San Francisco. I see that as probably being a good thing because San Francisco has the opportunity to turn into the funky, weird town that it was before. And if San Francisco actually makes it through the two mega waves of tech, and by the way, I like tech and I like techies. I'm not like a tech hater. I'm not somebody who's like keying the side of a Google van when they go by or anything like that. But it doesn't mean that it's changing and rent's getting cheap so that people who don't want to spend their whole life making enough money for rent or buying an incredibly expensive house can now live there and be creative and be cool. Then I'm all for it.
The tech takeover in San Francisco did kind of sully the vibe a little, didn't it?
It's good for coffee. You could definitely get like a really fancy bougie pizza, but it wasn't very good for music clubs.
No, I mean, there's no music scene in San Francisco.
Well, there's the Rickshaw Stop, which I really like, and there's the Independent, and there's Bottom of the Hill, and of course the Chapel.
Yeah, but there are no bands in San Francisco, right?
Chapel's famous for one of the greatest Dazzle Ships shows of all time.
Oh yeah, there was the Chapel.
Yeah, that was Chapel.
Ah, yeah, the Chapel. I love that place.
Yeah, and there's Different Fur Studios, which is extra super cool.
Yes, and Hyde Street Studios.
Weekend, which is obviously my favorite shoegaze band of all time.
Aren't they Oakland?
Are they? Close enough, mate.
Okay. Close.
No, it is. It's tough times for music in the city, and I don't know that will come back. I mean, Slim's just closed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did Jerry Seinfeld say? New York will be back?
He said,
I wanna be.
This stupid virus will give up the same way that you have. And the real New Yorkers are going to stay here.
What about the virus?
We're all going to go, you schmuck. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. I've been to your club. It could use some work, let me tell you. I'm just kind of remembering it as we go. I'll never leave New York.
Oh, right.
Jerry Seinfeld has a giant yacht, and I think it was called Coffee. At least he had one.
The man's obsessed with coffee and
I'm wondering,
cars.
I like coffee.
You have a car?
We talked about this.
We kind of did
I like
that.
a car, my car, yeah.
Yes, you do love your car.
Anyway,
I love your car. Fuck it.
I kind of agreed with a lot of what he said, although I did think he was kind of picking on that guy. And
But Jerry Seinfeld is
the other guy was
I didn't
just
watch
sort of
that
talking
show.
and, he's 20.
What's it called?
The other guy,
Seinfeld.
the other dude in that thing had data on his side, and Jerry Seinfeld had like
Spirit
you know,
of the people.
Yeah, like can-do spirit of New York City. I moved here and stepped in dog shit in 1978. Well, I love it.
He's kind of right though. New York is the kind of we bounce back city.
He's totally right. He's totally right. Like it will morph, and it's also going to go bankrupt, and it's also going to have to lay off an enormous amount of city workers. His other point was like Rome isn't going to go away. Tokyo is not going to go away. London's not going to just go away. They're going to adapt. You know, he's like, you're moving. The dude who wrote the article that he was so upset about is moving to Florida. And he's like,
Jesus,
you know, it's like
why?
enjoy Florida.
No offense to the Floridians listening, but why?
Yeah, but he's like put in some diss on Florida that like Florida's not, you know.
What's with the alligators? Right? That kind of.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Every time we go to Florida, we have a good time.
Oh yeah,
There's never a time we go to Florida and
Right.
don't have a good time.
Please enjoy this Verizon ringback
Oh.
tone while your party is
What
sleeping.
is that?
This is Alex the Cavier's.
Oi.
Oi, mate!
What? How would you get them in our
Vic.
ears?
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's incredible. Welcome
Wait,
to the
what's going
pot of
on?
wine,
Hey,
Cavy.
we can't get a picture. He's a handsome devil.
I'll just put a picture up here.
Okay.
One with his hair all over his face. What you up to, Cavy? How's LA?
Warm. It's really fucking warm.
Did you get an air
I was
conditioner?
thinking, mid 80s and shit like that. No, it's going to be 104 this weekend.
Wait, Chris, let's tell the
Ooh.
story.
Ooh.
So Cavy
Yeah.
has decided to move from Seattle. Did you road trip alone? Did you drive alone?
Yeah.
Did you drive your truck? Do you have a truck?
Yeah.
So
I got a
cool.
U-Haul enclosed trailer and I drove 26 hours straight.
Ooh,
Really?
it's amazing.
Did you
Dope.
sleep in the truck?
Yeah. I just slept in the cab of the truck.
How much weed did you smoke on that road trip?
So much fucking weed.
Not a ton.
Did you go in character? Like right now, I'm wearing a flannel. I could totally be a trucker.
Yeah. All he needs is the hat. Although you got blue nail polish on your toes.
Thank you. That's not being picked up there, right?
Yeah, that's
Really?
probably right in the middle. Yeah.
Oh, hello. Regale us of your road trip because that's today's topic is road trips, isn't it?
I don't know. Stephen keeps changing the
Change
topic.
the topic because we never get on the fucking topic. Like going from Seattle to LA is a hop, skip, and a jump when we are on tour.
Mm.
But that's because we're not driving.
Yeah. It's a lot less fun when you're driving.
Yeah. I mean, when you're on a tour bus, you're quietly masturbating in your bunk.
Yes.
Breathing heavily.
Vigorously.
How was the drive?
It's pretty long. I ended up leaving later than I wanted to. So I was, I don't know. I ended up packing for 6 hours before I left. It was all kind of brutal. Just smashed so many coffees, but it's, it's a shame you're not going to get good coffee on the highway. So
Did you not bring Did you not bring your fancy? Cavy has a thing that he makes coffee with when you were on tour.
Oh, yeah.
The AeroPress. That takes a lot
AeroPress.
of time. I was just trying to go quickly. So
We should take a moment for our sponsors. This podcast today is brought to you by AeroPress. You can
It will be next week. I'll give
you
him a
can
call.
press coffee beans through it. That's what we use it for.
I put out on Twitter for people to ask questions for this thing, and people came back asking for you to talk about coffee, Cavy.
Ooh,
I think that was just Brad.
why would Brad want to talk about coffee?
No, he wants Cav to talk about
Brad
coffee.
knows fuck all about coffee. Cavy knows coffee.
Cavy knows coffee. Remember all those European coffee shops we went to on the European tour, Cavy?
Yeah.
Every city we went to, Cavy would find the spot.
I know, and then we would all go there.
Yeah, and I'd get a cup of tea. It was amazing.
No, the place, I think the best place is probably that Turnquist
In Berlin.
Hamburg.
Oh, Hamburg.
right?
That's right. Hamburg.
Yeah,
The
Hamburg.
Hamburg place was fucking next level.
Home of
Yeah.
the happening bean. I have another question. How did you drive by Lake Shasta? Did you see that whole kind of Mendocino, that part?
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I actually just drove through there about a month and a half ago. I drove for 12 hours to go meet my buddy who drove 12 hours up from Vegas.
Wow.
So we went camping for 4 or 5 days together.
That's
but
a
it was,
love story.
Wow, that is. You can make
Yeah.
a movie about that.
Yeah.
yeah, Brokeback Shasta. But it was right up there.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, gorgeous.
That's great.
So then you got to LA. What part of LA have you moved to?
It's we've decided to call it South Highland Park because it's cooler.
Okay.
Because we're sort of in between Mount Washington and Manzanito, I think.
sort of like equidistant between Hollywood and Silver Lake, right? I don't really know.
I'm not sure. I know
No.
it's sort
Isn't
of
it
like
east?
Yeah, it is.
It's east of
sort
Fuck
of
do you
like
know about it,
right
Chris?
south of
Because I'm looking to
Pasadena.
move to LA, so I'm looking at maps quite a bit.
Yeah, so we have news for you, Cavy. Though I'm in no way leaving San Francisco, especially after that shit I just talked.
Yeah.
Because Kryz is coming down as well. We have such specific mass down there that I'm thinking I too am going to move down to LA. So that all of us, the chaps, can get together and finally make a new Dazzle Ships record.
The ships will be resurfacing.
Been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great
The
if we
dust
did
Vic off.
an LA.
Yeah.
We did like sort of an LA based record with that kind of whatever that energy is. I mean,
The
different
ships.
kinds of energy.
It's one chord
Yeah,
and a
you're
lot of
talking like
shouting.
getting a place down here.
Yeah,
for a
I'm
little
thinking
while?
about like just renting a place.
God, we would get so much done.
Try to get Danny to move as well.
Yeah, because
Isn't Danny talking about moving already?
we've never
He's talking a lot.
ever all
Talking about a
lived
lot
in the
of things.
same city once, not one time.
Really?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
God, we'd be unstoppable. Holy shit.
But then,
Or
you know,
we'd get fucking nothing done.
We'd
'Cause
do
we'd always
nothing.
just be like, well, tomorrow. How about tomorrow?
yeah, let's
Right.
go to another outdoor cafe. No, we'll totally. I think we'll. I mean, I'm dying to get things done, and I'm kind of at my wits fucking end of sitting there alone in a room playing my acoustic guitar.
We are actually in the room, Cavy, where Stephen writes the hits, as he says himself.
Are
This
you
is
feeling
his writing.
inspired?
This is his writing room.
Uh-huh.
It's a little dusty, if I'm honest with you, mate.
Yeah, because I just christened it, you cunt. Anyway, welcome to Los Angeles.
Oh,
Cavy
yeah,
Poo.
thank you.
How,
And,
how's Colin?
You've inspired us all to get down there. How is Colin? How is having
I
Colin as
just-
roommate? Let's get a picture of Colin. There he is.
There's Colin.
Yep.
Most terrible
Oop, nope,
picture.
that's Harry Potter.
That's
Oops,
Harry
there's
Potter.
Colin.
There's Colin.
Yeah, I just took him to the airport. He's on his way to Montana for a few.
What?
Really?
He's going to
Yeah,
Montana?
He's not going to
Fucking-
go hang out with Kanye, that twat, is he?
I think that is the purpose of the trip. Yeah,
Talk some sense into that kid.
it's been fun. It's pretty interesting watching him and Mike feel each other out like a couple of fucking angry snakes. They like,
You remember Mike? Mike, he's like super worky out.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah. How
Wait,
swole is
super-
he now?
Yeah, he's like,
Or what do
he's
you
very
say?
muscular.
yeah, he's huge.
He's huge.
He's getting wider than he is. You know, he's only 5'10".
Am I too
He's starting to
huge?
get wider than tall.
Not too big.
Yeah. He's a dear sweetheart from Small Pools.
Yes.
He was on the podcast, actually.
Mike, welcome to the podcast. Mike from Small Pools.
Hello.
Lead guitar.
Happy to be here.
Welcome. We made him nervous.
We made him terrified. Before the podcast, when I said to him that we were going to do a podcast with him, I went up to him and I said, "Hey, dude, Stephen wants to see you." And he's pissed.
Okay.
So, yeah, he was understandably terrified.
That always sets a comfy tone.
Yeah.
I don't want to intimidate people. I want to be a cuddly Steven. So you're all moved in and you live with you have two other musicians and the sink is just a catastrophe
Coffee
already,
cups.
isn't it?
So who's the mom of the house? Like, who's the, you know,
Oh, Cat,
Take a
for
fucking
sure.
guess.
it's got to be
Take a
gotta
wild
be
Colin.
Cat.
fucking guess.
Because it's not Colin.
No,
Colin
Colin's a slob.
is a pig and he doesn't look like he should be because he has kind of a fastidious
Yeah.
way. Colin's very disciplined in his
But I've
demeanor.
seen Colin's bedroom. Gabby, remember that
You know
day?
what's been he's been cleaning up his act a little bit. The one thing that he's got going for him though, like he creates zero kitchen mess. You know, there's no dishes because he eats Postmates 2 to 3 times a day.
Mm.
So it's just always like, you know, the eggs are here and he gets. I watched him make an omelet once, but other than that, he's just usually it's like somebody's at the door.
I haven't had an
Great.
omelet in a really long time because I was intermittent fast, so there's really no breakfast.
Oh, when
It
did
was my first meal today.
Colin doesn't eat breakfast in the morning. He makes eggs at like 2:30.
Yeah, that's when Colin gets up.
Oh
right?
yeah, he's.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. Is that true? On tour, he gets up really late.
I mean,
He's the last one up in the house for sure.
whenever I call him at noon, he's just waking up and he's like, I could tell
He's got the raspy.
yeah, but he's trying not to. He's a little bit ashamed. There's a little shame.
He's trying to
Yeah.
do his midday voice. Oh, I'm awake.
Uh-huh.
Like that kind of. Mm-hmm.
You went full scouser on us.
I'm awake, mate. Mate, I'm fucking awake, mate.
Well, Cavy, you've inspired us, and Kryz and I are gonna come down there, and Third Eye Blind is gonna just do like things that other bands do, like have band practice on Monday night.
L.A. Blind.
Ooh.
The L.A. Blinds. We're going to be like Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, I love it. I can't wait. I'm bored out of my fucking mind.
How many bass guitars did you bring with you?
All of them. So I think, I gave one to my nephew. So I think I got 9 down here.
Lucky little bastard.
Your nephew who's like 8 months old or something?
Spoil that kid.
It's a small bass. It's a short scale bass.
Go get it back. Give me that back, kid.
So it's just you and Mike there for a few days now.
Is he making you do curls? Like a lot of arms?
Is he doing push-ups right now somewhere?
He goes pretty hard. I walked out back today and he's lifting weights. Mike.
Nice.
And you think that he's out there like maybe listening to Slayer or like Queens of the Stone Age or something. Like he's like pumping. James fucking Taylor.
Really?
He works out to James Taylor?
Wow.
Yeah, he's just sweating his ass off. He's all fucking.
But he puts on Sting when he's fucking.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll report back.
Right. Shout out to Mike. Love you, buddy.
Tantra.
Love you, buddy.
Hey, Cav, thanks for checking in, man. I miss you.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah, I miss you too.
And we're gonna go now, and we're gonna
look at the map of LA and pick out spots.
Yeah, exactly.
Back to your day, mate, and talk to you soon, darling.
All right, see you, boys.
All right, bye.
Okay, so are we doing fan questions?
No, we're gonna listen to a demo.
A demo?
Yeah, if I
Okay,
can
surprise me.
play a demo. So let's see. What about, did Hold On To You ever go anywhere? Here we go. All right, this should, when I press this button. Yeah, that's it.
Let go, I don't care, I'll follow you anywhere. Do or dare, I stare you down. Tell the sound you make echoes in your heart. We don't need to wait to start. Hold on to you, come tear me apart. Come tear me apart.
It's good lyrics.
Pretty good.
I'm sorry, but those are good fucking lyrics.
Uh-huh.
Good rhythm.
Some pirouette between sycophant and snark. Numb your pain now after dark. I'll never be someone's guilty pleasure. The measure must be joy. All my life I've been looking for something. Who I am, what I'm supposed to do. I realize if I let go, I let go and I hold on to you. Hold on to you. Hold on to you.
Sounds like Dave fucking Matthews. It's like fucking. It's like.
Shout it out, no, have no fear. This song's only for you, my dear. The season's here and I'm no latecomer. When she fucks, it feels just like summer. All my life I've been looking for something. Who I am, what I'm supposed to do. I realize if I let go and I hold on to you. Hold on to you.
What do you think?
Hold on to you.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
That's my contribution there.
No, that sounds like a saxophone.
There was like a keyboardy thing, but the guitar part, that was what I was doing. But you were singing it in the background going, play that.
Well,
Well, there's a demo.
I was mistaken. I mean,
I was mistaken.
I like the lyrics, and I like the da 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 da. It's kind of some sort of kind of yelling kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Go do 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 do.
I like the vocal. What were you thinking?
I had no idea. I was thinking, let's not put this on a record. Shut it up, have no fear. This song's just for you, my dear. Summer's here and I know they come. When she fucks, it feels just like summer. Da 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 da. Yeah.
Cool. Bit of inspiration there.
As much life as that was gonna get. Someday,
You know.
when we're all dead, that will be put on, you know, yet another
Elvis did a spit
repackaging. You know what I really don't like about that song? First of all, I am enjoying taking the piss out of our own music. What I don't like about that song is how fucking happy it is. I don't trust happy music. I mean, I don't like super mopey either, but if there isn't some, if there isn't a skeleton in the closet, I don't know. I much prefer the music that I'm working on now. Don't you know? There's a demo for you.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the other question?
How fuck it, I don't know. It's upstairs on my iPad.
Really?
You know, one
Advice.
person said play a demo and then give me relationship advice.
Pot of wine, it's the pot of wine. It's
Excellent.
the motherfucking pot of wine.
The pot of wine, the pot of wine, the pot of wine, the pot of wine, the pot of fucking wine. With third eye blind.